Alright, I'm going to make a very quick video about the dating profile exercise. You guys can use this instructional video to help guide you through the process of making your final qualitative analysis paper. We will go through the basic mechanical steps of creating a codebook. So if I am doing something which you feel is not very logical in terms of the wording that I choose to use, no problem. Alright, just ignore that. Because the purpose of this video is to quickly demonstrate the basic operational steps of the software program. So don't get too hung up on the wording that I'm using here. If I choose a word for a particular code that you feel is not very much in line with your own thinking, don't worry about that. Let's just take a look at this as an example. So here we have the dating profile texts, and we can just start to code. I'm tall, so this can be coded. Let's say that this is about this person's height. He says he is single, widowed. Let's code this one. This is his marital status. Easygoing, honest, good listener. What a nice guy. Let's say these are some positive personal characters. We have here good sense of humor, nice, so he is a funny man. Handy person, busy working around the house, so let's code this one. Let's say handy around the house, which is important for a man. Follow favorite hockey team on television, so he's a sports fan. He likes to spoil his 2 granddaughters. Let's code this. This person must be pretty old because he's a grandparent. He enjoys music except for rap. Or let's just say likes music. Keeps fit by jogging, walking, cycling. All right. We will say active, physically active. And travel to interesting countries. We can code this with, let's say, loves traveling. Is traveling 1 or 2 L's. Loves to travel. It's time to meet a nice, kind, honest woman who shares his interests. All right, we'll just take this whole sentence here and say that this is what he wants in his partner. Great. So we've got a bunch of codes already. So what we could do is we can try to manage these codes by going to the code manager. One thing that you guys need to do for your qualitative assignment is to create groups or categories or themes. So in this case, let's see, we can take sports fan, likes to travel, and likes music. So these are sort of belonging together, so we can give them one color. And we can create a group, say hobbies. And we can take these 3 and put them here. We're going to do another group. Let's say something about his personality. So we will do a new group called personality. We can choose, we can also choose back here. We can choose personality. Did I say funny? Positive characteristics, positive characters. These 2. We'll give them a color, pink. Drag them here. And we can do another group or another category, let's say some demographics or basic, let's say basic personal info. And for this one, we can take the fact that he's a grandparent, his height, his marital status. Basically, well, we can just take randomly something. This is just an example. Even the fact that he's handy around the house. We'll give it, let's say brown, and just drag them here. Basic personal info. And the desires he has for the partner, we can do another group. So desired partner. And this will be just this one last thing. We give it a color and drag it in. Desired partner. So what we do now, what we have got now is a bunch of codes in 4 different categories. So we can close down the code manager and continue to code. I'm going to quickly save this. So what we could do, what you guys can do as you code your real interview transcripts, is that once you have some codes already formulated, you can apply these existing codes to new quotes. For instance, we see that the second person also likes to travel. So what we could do is we can simply assign an existing code to this new quote. So we've got a travel, so this one we can simply apply it. We see that this second person also likes music, quite a few different genres here, so let's just apply the music code as well, likes music. All right, and once we have done this, and we go back to the code manager, we will see that the 2 codes which we just kind of modified, likes music and loves to travel, the additions which we made are reflected here. So now these 2 codes are associated with multiple quotes. And next, let's talk a little bit about the codebook or the coding framework which you guys need to submit in your final paper. So I'm going to open up an example. So in your paper, you need to hand in something like this. You need to create something like this with the categories of the codes, the different codes, frequencies of the codes, and some sample quotes for the different codes. So how to make something like this from the code manager? So that's something we're going to talk about now. I'm going to just close this down. So in the code manager, we can export stuff to our computer. So I'm going to export a spreadsheet. And I save it on my desktop. And we're also going to export as report. And in this case, I'm going to add the quotes. I'm going to choose quotations. Save this as a Word document. Great, save. And now we can open up the files which we just downloaded. So this is the first Excel format codebook. So for your paper, you don't need all this stuff. So we're just going to delete these things. Density, also no need. Groundedness, that's basically the frequency. Let's just open that example from last year again. So in this case, you have categories on the left. So let's do that. So groups, well, basically that's categories. We can just copy them here. We could also actually sort the categories. And then we can remove the ones that are redundant. All right. So this already looks quite similar to this. So we just need to add the sample quotes. And the quotes we can simply grab from the Word document which was generated. So for instance, if we take this particular quote, this person likes to spoil his 2 granddaughters. So we can just essentially copy and paste it to the code grandparent. So that is so that would be a sample quote for that particular code. And once you have copy-pasted all the necessary sample quotes for all the different codes, that is basically this coding framework table which you need to produce for your final report. And there you go. That's basically what I wanted to show you in this video, how to create the coding book, or the code book, or the coding framework from the software program using the code manager that we just worked with. All right, good luck with your paper.